Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Manchester Aquatic Centre here on Day 5, Session 10 of the Lancashire County Championships for 2019. These championships can only take place with the freely given time and efforts of our volunteers. The organisers would like to thank them for their hard work before, during and after the swimming, ensuring that the events are as trouble-free as possible. Many thanks is also given to the management and staff of the Aquatic Centre here in Manchester for their cooperation and support. The venue is a no-smoking venue, which includes the use of electronic cigarettes. To protect the environment, we ask that all rubbish be placed in the litter bins provided, whether on poolside or in the spectators' gallery. And for the safety and comfort, you are advised not to leave any property unattended, as the centre staff may remove anything that is left unattended. Events for this afternoon are event 551, the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle, 552, the women's 10 years and over 100 metres backstroke, 553 is the men's 10 years and over 200 metres butterfly, and then we have 554 to 567, which are the finals of the 100 metres backstroke and the 50 metres freestyle. In the interest of fair play, we ask that you switch off or set to silent all mobile phones and pages, as if one would actuate or sound at the start of the race, it may jeopardise a competitor's position. We also ask for silence and no flash photography once the swimmers are called to their blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto poolside your team of technical officials. Our referees for this afternoon is Dave Collins and Christy Cowley, and our starter for this afternoon is Craig Baines. Officials, please take your seats. Our first event this afternoon is event 551, which is the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle. There are 37 heats. And as normal, we start with heat number 1.
And in Heat 1 we have Lane 2, Francis Redshaw from the City of Salford. 3 is Ben Ross from the City of Manchester. 4, Matthew Gregson from Fleetwood. 5 is Jacob Dugdale from Carnforth. 6, Christopher Kirby from Crosby. And then Lane 7 is Aidan Watkins from the City of Manchester Aquatics. And it's lane 6, Chris Kirby from Crosby, taking heat number 1 in a time of 35.12 seconds. That's confirmed. Heat 2. In Heat 2, Lane 1, Jacob Chambers from City of Manchester. 2, Harry Seal from Oldham. 3 is William Irvine from Crosby. 4, Robert Goodall from Aquabears. 5 is Oliver Ball from Carnforth. 6, Burden Odek from Bridgefield. 7 is Ethan McGuinness from Ramsbottom. And in Lane 8, Ethan Davey from Southport. And taking Heat 2 in Lane 7, Ethan McGuinness from Ramsbottom, time of 34.21, which is now confirmed. Heat 3. Heat 3, Lane 1, Harry Butler, Leyland Barracudas. 2 is Cillian McIntosh Cassidy from City of Manchester. 3, Ollie Bottomley from City of Salford. 4, Seth Hutchinson from Lancaster. 5 is Saul Newson-Nixon from Preston. 6, Ethan Aris Hayes from Wigan. 7 is Joshua Hayes, also from Wigan. And in Lane 8, Zach Roberts from Prescott. And very close race, that one. 400ths of a second. Seth Hutchinson takes that. 34.35 is now confirmed. Heat 4. Heat 4, Lane 1, Ethan Kelly from Crosby. 2, Stephen Smith from City of Salford. 3 is Jack Seddon from Bolton. 4 is Cakeber Holder from City of Salford. 5 is Gordon Ballantyne from Fleetwood. Lane 6, Jacob Camden from Salford. 7, Caleb Waldemer from Fleetwood. And in Lane 8, Samuel Jessup from Preston. Very close again. Lane 7, Caleb Waldemer from Fleetwood, 33.33 is a confirmed time. Heat number 5.
And so in this Heat 5 we have Stephen McKenzie from Crosby. In Lane 1, Isaac Jones from Preston in 2. Daniel Corraveri from City of Salford in 3. Oliver Crooks, Bolton Metro in 4. Joshua Keogh from Leyland Barracudas in 5. Oliver Parry, Oldham Aquatics in 6. Christopher Fajato from City of Manchester in 7. And Liam Hardy from the City of Manchester in lane number 8. Coming down to the finish, it looks like lane 5. No, it's not. It's Stephen McKenzie from Crosby. 33.06. Confirmed as a result. We move on to Heat 6. Lane 1, we have Harry Ferson, Lady Barracudas, Brandon Taylor, Tory Marlins in 2, Josie Ball from Fleetwood in 3, Ethan Naisbitt, Pioneer in 4, Jacob Chappell from Fleetwood in 6, Eli Buckley from Ramsbottom in 6, Callum Mongan from Aquabears in 7, and Benjamin Paul from Ormskirk in lane number 8. We come down to the finish, it looks like Josie Ball. It's not, it's Callum Mongan from Fleetwood. And there's a confirmed as a result as we move on to Heat 7. Lane 1, we've got Hayden Soul from Lancaster, Ryan Lewis from Ormskirk in 2, Sam Quinn from Wigan Best in 3, Corbin Wake, City of Salford in 4, Francesco Tomasello, City of Manchester in 5, Luke Batty, Bolt Metro in 6, Alex Blackburn from Everton in 7, Joel Thompson from Southport in lane 8, it looks like lane 2, Ryan Lewis. Coming down into the last 5 metres, it looks like it's going to be Ryan Lewis. It is Ryan Lewis, 31.87 from Alex Blackburn. And then Francesco Tomasello, and that's confirmed as a result as we move on to Heat 8. Benjamin Zhu from City of Manchester in 1, Lewis Gilbert from Flixton in 2, Sean Flanagan, Crosby in 3, Kelsey Liu from Bolton Metro in 4, Sam Sutcliffe from Ramsbottom in 5, George Sutton from Southport in 6, Archie Dandy from Bolton Metro in 7, Daniel Croft from Oldham Aquatics is in lane 8, but it looks like lane 2 again, and baby between lane 2 and lane 5. It is lane 2, Lewis Gilbert from Sam Sutcliffe and Benjamin Zhu. That's confirmed as a result, and we move on to Heat 9.
And in Heat 9, lane 1 is Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins. 2 is Jonathan Waters from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 3, Ethan Roberts from Aquabears. 4, Daniel Jones from Wigan Best. 5 is Thomas Simon from Bridgefield. 6, Thomas Fox from Carnforth. 7 is Ethan Roberts from Chorley Marlins. And in lane 8, Tom Roach from the City of Manchester Aquatics. And it's lane 1, Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins. Time of 31.2, confirmed. Heat 10. Heat 10, lane 1, Nikolai Patera from Southport. 2 is Joel Birtles from Aquabears. 3 is Bobby Hume from City of Manchester. 4, Oliver Carter from Bury and Eltons. 5, Harvey Kinnear from Preston. 6 is Xiao Ming Guo from Aquabears. 7 is Ruben Quayle from Bolton Metro. And lane 8, Owen Whitley from City of Manchester. Lane 6, Xiao Ming Guo has gone below 30 seconds, 29.85 confirmed. Heat 11. And in Heat 11, lane 1, JJ Watling from Blackpool. 2 is Oliver Titley from Lancaster. 3, Daniel Canavan from Aquabears. 4 is Annan Clark from Lancaster. 5, Sol Sharp from Great Harwood. 6 is Leonardo Defort from the Isle of Man. 7, Tom Adamson from Carnforth. And lane 8, Robert Littler from Leyland Barracudas. And it is 29.98. Leonardo Defort from the Isle of Man taking that heat, which is now confirmed. Heat number 12. In Heat 12, lane 1 is Sam Charlesworth from Pioneer 79. 2 is Eba Mayer Clayton from Flixton. 3, Nicholas Bracegirdle from Southport. 4, William Jackson from Ormskirk. 5, Fergus Hotchkiss from Blackpool Aquatics. 6, Matthew Charlesworth, also from Blackpool. 7, Emil Dawkins from Preston. And lane 8 is Toby Malkin from Stretford. Very close race, that one. Again, going under 30 seconds. Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool Aquatics, 29.96 confirmed. Heat 13.
And in this heat 13, Connor Hartley from City of Salford in 1, Thomas Boylett from Southport in 2, Charles Collins, Wigan Best in 3, Daniel Ainsworth from Blackburn in 4, Jack Corden from Everton in 5, Leo Jessup Preston in 6, William Waters from Blackpool Aquatics in 7, and Daniel Hayes from the Wigan Best is in lane number 8. It looks like lane 5, Jack Corden. It's not, it's Connor Hartley. It's gone over to the other side, far side of the pool, 29.46. That's confirmed as a result. As we move on to heat 14. Callum Rolling from Southport in 7, and Matthew Tinkler from Wigan Best is in lane number 8. Well, it looks like lane number 4, Benjamin Overland. He is 28.86 from Thomas Hamlet. And that's confirmed as a result. Move on to heat 15. Over in lane 1 was Sam Duncan from City of Salford, Owen Saller, Southport in 2, Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best in 3, Adam Seddon from Aquabears in 4, Adam Lindsay-Hume from St Helens in 5, Cameron Warren from Pioneer in 6, Jack Parkinson, Fleetwood in 7, and Mark Tomset from Bolton Metro is in lane number 8. Well, it might be lane number 1, but then again, between 1 and 5, it's Adam Lindsay-Hume from Cameron Warren, and then Sam Duncan. And that's confirmed as a result as we move on to heat 16. And heat 16. We have Joshua Walker, City of Manchester, Jack Slater, St Helens in 2, Jake Cooper from Oldham Aquatics in 3, Tyler Delaney from Bridgefield in 4, Leo Whittle from Manchester Tri, Arencia Sufit, City of Manchester in 6, Owen Heathcote Jones from Carnforth in 7, and Eric Byrne from Garston is in lane number 8. Looks like lane... There's Eric Byrne from Garston, from Tyler Delaney and Jack Slater. That's confirmed as a result, and we move on to heat 17.
And in heat 17, lane 1 is Ihai Itoa from City of Manchester. 2, Jake Cooper from Blackpool. 3 is Sean Williams from Fleetwood. 4 is Johnny Gibbs from Preston. 5, Jacob Scott from Wigan Best. 6 is Joel Pollard, also from Wigan. 7, Josh Latham from Aquabears. And lane 8 is Angus Lawton from the Liverpool Penguins. Looks like and is lane 3, Sean McWilliams Fleetwood, time of 28.54 confirmed, heat 18. Heat 18, lane 1, Jimmy Walpole from Blackburn. 2, Alex Evanson from Stretford. 3, Ralph Halliburton Chaplin from Fleetwood. 4 is Luke Falkingham from Southport. 5 is Harrison Evans from Everton. 6, Luca Morelli from Blackpool. 7, Jack Lancashire from Lancaster. And 8 is Noah Rusk from Bury and Elton. Looks like lane 7. It is Jack Lancashire. Time of 28.51 is confirmed. Heat 19. In Heat 19, lane 1, Adam Millington, Ramsbottom. 2 is Rhys Horan, Blackpool. 3, Fraser McNabb, Aqua Bears. 4, Adam Rusk, Prescott. 5 is Miles Flanagan from Salford. 6, Jack Heppelstone from Leyland. 7 is Joseph Cameron Mansour from Crosby. And lane 8, Tom Owen Baxter from Clitheroe. And it's lane 7, Joseph Cameron Mansour, a time of 28.21 is confirmed. Heat 20. Heat 20 is Sam Coulthard from Southport. 2 is Bradley Snaleham from Leyland. 3, Jamie Clayton from Burnley. 4, Jacob Birtles from Oldham. 5, Joel Morley from Southport. 6 is Joe Stout from Salford. 7, Leon Callahan from Salford. And lane 8 is Noah Cox from Ormskirk. And it is in lane 3, Jamie Clayton from Burnley. 27.87 is confirmed. Heat 21.
First up is Tobias Pilkington from Burnley Bobcats down here in lane number 8. And as they come through the first 25, it looks as though lane 2, Lucas Brown from Garstein, they just have the slight edge over Joseph Chappell from Fleetwood. As we come into the finish, it looks as though it's going to be Lucas Brown. It is 27.44 from Joseph Chappell, and then Tobias Pilkington. That's confirmed as a result. We go to Heat 22. This Heat 22. Through the first 25, it looks like lane 5 of Caleb Griffiths from Crosby has just got the slight edge. As we come down into the last 5, there's also lane 2, James Dudley. It isn't, it's Caleb Griffiths from Christopher Lockett and James Dudley, and that's confirmed as a result. Heat 23. Through the first 25, it's even right the way across the pool. Maybe Alexander Turnbull from the Isle of Man might just have the edge, but then again Samuel Murphy from Blackburn is coming into the finish. It is Samuel Murphy from Blackburn, 27.37 from Alexander Turnbull, and that's confirmed as a result. And we go to Heat 24. First into stroke was Rhys Windrow from Everton in lane 7, and he looks as though he's got the slight edge over everybody else as we come into the last 15. It looks as though it's still Rhys. Over there in lane 1, Spencer Cragg. It's going to be between these two. It was Rhys Windrow from Spencer Cragg, and then Lewis Winston. And then we have a disqualification in that event. And that is confirmed as a result. Heat 25. So we had a disqualification in the last heat, lane 7. So the last heat, lane 7, was disqualified.
Heat 25, lane 1 is Patrick Donnelly from Everton, 2 is Harry Shaw from Lancaster, 3 Harry Robinson from Pioneer 79, 4 Connor Stevens from Wigan Best, 5 is William Whittingham from Southport, 6 is Addison Beardsworth from Wigan, 7 is Isaac Quarry from Lancaster, and in lane 8 is Daniel Abazari from the City of Manchester. Touching first, lane 2, Harry Shaw from Lancaster, 27.20. Confirmed heat number 26. And in heat 26, lane 1 is Elliot Warwick from Liverpool Penguins, 2 One-Eye Tam from Manchester, 3 Mason Galley from Southport, 4 is Toby Ransom from Manchester, 5 Joseph Arcangelo from Chorley, 6 Ewan Blackwell from Carnforth, 7 Oliver Pearce from Leyland, and lane 8 Lucas Vos from Wigan. And it is Mason Galley from Southport, 27.31. A confirmed time now, heat 27. And in this 27th heat, lane 1, Adam Tabernacle from Preston, 2, Edward Whittingham from Southport, 3, Michael Broderick from Isle of Man, 4 is Zach Walmsley from Blackburn, 5 is Nathan Arthur from Salford, 6, Rio Quarry from Preston, and lane 7 is Alfie Jones from Stretford. And it is the swimmer in lane 4, Zach Walmsley from Blackburn, 26.80. In heat 28, Lou 1 is Luke Black from Blackpool, 2 is Giannato Vinici from Stretford, 3 is Patrick Braddock from Oldham, 4 Alex Campbell from City of Manchester, 5 is Charles Kelly from Southport, 6 Matthew Spencer from Southport, 7 is Thomas Dixon from Crosby, and lane 8 is Christopher Walker from Manchester. That's lane 3, Patrick Braddock from Oldham, touching everybody out, 26.76 confirmed. Heat 29.
Through the first 25, it's still very, very even. Looked like Ryan Coulthard, possibly, who might have the edge, but it is very, very close. It could be Carl McKenna over in lane 2. Coming into the finish, it isn't. It's Ruben Robotham Keating from Carl McKenna, and that's confirmed as a result. We move on to Heat 30. Through the first 25, we've got Max Adams down here in lane number 8 from City of Salford, next to him Conor Dunkley. They look as though they've just got about the edge over everybody else. Ben Rogerson from Preston. It was Max Adams from Thomas McCarthy, and that's confirmed as a result as we go to Heat 31. And still everybody in a line. It might be William Mead from Carnforth down here in lane number 8, but it's just starting to show in lane number 5, Oliver St. Wilmington. He gets it, 26.76 from William Mead and Ben Houghton. That's confirmed as a result. And we move on to Heat 32. First to show was Toby Hill from Prescott, lane 7. And he looks as though he's probably just got half a body length lead over maybe Jack Charnock. In lane number 4, it's going to be between these two, possibly even coming through in lane 2. Matthew Armstrong finishing set. Toby Hill, 26.28 from Matthew Armstrong and Jack Charnock. That's confirmed as a result. We move on to Heat 33.
In Heat 33, lane 1 is Tyler Melbourne Smith from Liverpool, 2 Alfie Mars from Stretford, 3 Josh Maitland from Ormskirk, 4 is John Bruder from Bridgefield, 5 is Joseph Rees from Oldham, 6 is Nataxo Rossetti Dura from Salford, 7 is Finlay Macon from Manchester, and 8 is Harry Rowland from Southport. Taking this heat in lane 4 is John Bruder, time of 25.79 confirmed. Heat 34. Heat 34, lane 1, James Lee Sweller from Wigan, 2 is George Robinson from Preston, 3 is Matthew Rooney from Everton, 4 Adam McKick from Bolton, 5, Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester. 6, Aidan Tevlin from Ashton-under-Lyne. 7, Cameron Lamb from Bolton Metro. And in lane 8, Benjamin Makin from Pioneer 79. It's lane 4, Adam McKick, Bolton Metro, 25.82. Confirmed. Heat 35. In Heat 35, lane 1, Dakota Ravatelli from Burnley. 2 is David Gadiaga from Stretford. 3 is Johan Connor from Ormskirk. 4 is Cian Majeri from Wigan. 5 is Declan Hall from Wigan. 6 is Elliot Pickford from Manchester. 7 is Samuel Ellis from City of Liverpool. And in lane 8, David Rees from Oldham Aquatics. And it is Cian Margier from Wigan in 24.63. Heat number 36. Our penultimate heat in this event, lane 1, Zach Smith-Shelley from Burnley. 2, Tom Thorpe from Manchester. 3, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man. 4, Ewan McCrumurchie from the Isle of Man. 5, Kieran Hennessy from Ormskirk. 6 is Matthew Crabtree from Carnforth. 7, Tom Dugdale from Carnforth. And 8 is Luke Hoey from Salford. And in a time of 24.55 is Ewan McMurchie from the Isle of Man, is now confirmed. Last heat, Heat 37.
And into this final heat, it's lane 4, Robert Cowley, entry time 22.20. It's got an advantage of about a body length lead now as they come into the last 5 metres. 23.73, he gets it from Jared Armstrong, and that's confirmed as a result. As we move on to our next event, which is event 552, the women's 10 years and over 100 metres backstroke. There are 26 heats. As ever, we start with heat number 1. So in this first heat, we have Rachel Partington from the City of Manchester. In lane number 3, Zara Mann from Preston. In lane 4, and Grace Robotham Keating from the City of Manchester. As we come down underneath the flags, it's going to be Zaraman who's going to take it from Grace Robotham Keating. And then Rachel Partington. And that is confirmed as we move on to heat number 2. And this heat 2 in lane 1, we've got Jessica Ball from Prescott. And lane 2 is Skylar Baber from Wigan Best. 3 is Amelia Crompton from Bolton Metro. Isabella Holmes from Flixton in lane 4. Sophia Wilson, City of Salford, and it's her birthday today, she's 11. Elisa Boslam from City of Salford in lane 6, and Eva Webb from Stretford in lane 7. But at the halfway turn, it was Sophia Wilson. It turns in front of Skylar and Jessica Ball. As we come down into the final 15, it looks like Jessica Ball from Prescott has got a slight advantage over Skylar Baber. This is Sophia Wilson that has taken it. And it wasn't Jessica Ball. And that is confirmed as a result. And we move on to heat 3.
In heat 3, lane 1 is Hannah Lee from Wigan. 2 is Amy Coy from Ormskirk. 3, Hannah Grundy from Southport. Lane 4 is Lily Duke from Stretford. 5 is Evie Warnock from Ormskirk. 6, Isabel Lloyd from Wigan. 7, Maya Smith from Burnley Bobcats. And in lane 8, Alice Volkovoya from the City of Salford.
This is an announcement to the following coaches. Could we have a coach from Bolton Metro, City of Salford, Southport, Leyland, City of Manchester and Blackburn to go to the timing suite? So if you are a coach from Bolton Metro, City of Salford, Southport, Leyland Barracudas, City of Manchester and Blackburn, would you go to the timing suite immediately, please? And then we have confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 4. Heat 4. Just while we get this Heat 4 underway, we have an announcement. If there's anybody that has a black Mitsubishi, registration Delta Alpha 06 Hotel X-Ray Kilo, which is DA06 HXK, you've left your lights on. And I think you might need to return, because if you've been here all day and they've been on, then you could have a flat battery by the end of it. So if you've got a black Mitsubishi, registration DA06HXK, you've left your lights on. It's in the multi-storey car park.
In this heat, Heat 4, we have lane 1 is Katie Lee from Salford, 2 is Grace Jackson from Salford, 3 is Tiana Chambers from Southport, 4 Hannah O'Brien from Blackpool, 5 is Ruby Swinney from Bolton, 6 is Cara Tohill from Salford, 7 Lola Cragg from Burnley, and lane 8 Ruby Crossman from Oldham. And it is in lane 6, Cara Tohill, 120.60. A confirmed time now. Heat number 5.
Could we have a coach from City of Salford to the timing suite, please? Coach from City of Salford to the timing suite.
Heat 5, lane 1 is Sophie Davies from Southport, 2 is Bailey Peel from Bolton, 3 Grace Cooper from Oldham, 4 is Neve Porter from Bridgefield, 5 is Grace Reed from Prescott, 6 Caitlin Crosby from Stretford, 7 Lucy Linton from Blackburn, and in lane 8 Hannah Egert from the City of Manchester. And it's Hannah in lane 8, taking them across in 38.3. But all the girls staying very close together. Looks like Caitlin Crosby in lane 6, coming back very strongly on the second 50 metres. Also going well in lane 1 is Sophie Davis from Southport. Lane 7, Lucy Linton from Blackburn, staying with these swimmers.
Come on, Caitlin!
But as they approach the 5 metres flags, it's Caitlin Crosby from Stretford finishing strongly. And she touches now in 1:19.48. A time that is now confirmed. Our next heat, heat 6. In heat 6, we have in lane 1, Katie Mortimer from Wigan. 2 is Abigail Shepherd from Preston. Lane 3 is Amelia Picton from Wigan. 4, Chloe Ridge, also Wigan. 5 is Gemma Davis from Preston. 6 is Grace Hyde from Bolton Metro. Lane 7 is Sophia Mann from Pioneer 79. And lane 8 is Scarlett Lazenby Tracy from Stretford. Turning first in lane 3 is Amelia Picton from Wigan Best, 37.24 at the 50-metre mark. Okay, just need to announce that after heat 15 in this event, we will be having a swim off of 3 different events. Finishing in heat 6, lane 4, Chloe Ridge, 1:19.41 for that heat is confirmed. Heat 7. In heat 7, lane 1 is Jenna Cross from Preston, 2 is Lucy Mackenzie from Crosby, 3 is Chloe Scott from Stretford, 4 Mia Mason from Flixton, 5 is Ava Renee Blease from City of Salford, 6 is Anhana Manglam from Crosby, 7 is Maya Sturrock from Aquabears, and lane 8 is Nia Morgan from Wigan Best. The finalists for event 561, the boys 10 years and over 50 freestyle, are Oliver Parry from Oldham, Stephen Mackenzie from Crosby, Archie Dandy from Bolton Metro, Samuel Sutcliffe from Ramsbottom, Jonathan Waters from Blackpool Aquatics, Kelsey Liu from Bolton Metro, Joshua Keogh from Leyland Barracudas, Caleb Waldemar from Fleetwood. Reserve finalists in this event are Joseph Bull from Fleetwood and Isaac Jones from Preston. In the 12 years age group, finalists are Harvey Kinnear from Preston, Emil Dawkins, Preston, Daniel Haynes, Wigan, Best, Xiaoming Guo from Aquabears, Lewis Gilbert from Flixton, Luke Kernan from Liverpool, Thomas Simon from Bridgefield, and Nikolai Patera from Southport. Heat 7, Nia Morgan, confirmed. Heat number 8. In Heat 8, lane 1 is Abigail Turner from Flixton, 2 is Robin Jacobs from Manchester, 3 is Peter Chilton from Blackpool, 4 is Holly Cooper from Crosby, 5 Mia Newton from Pioneer, 6 is Holly Carnes from Bury and Elton, 7 is Heidi Halwood from Leyland, and 8 is Isla Byrne from Ormskirk. The finalists for event 563, the boys, 13 years, 50 metres freestyle, Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool, Owen Heathcote-Jones from Carnforth, Johnny Gibbs from Preston, Eric Byrne from Garston, Jake Christon from City of Manchester, Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas, Charlie Collins from Wigan Best, Leonardo Defort from the Isle of Man. Reserve finalists are Callum Rowlin from Southport and Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best. In the 14 years age group, finalists are Nathan Arthur from Salford, Tyler Melbourne Smith from City of Liverpool, Liam Carey from Wigan, Reuben Robotham Keating from City of Manchester, Zach Walmsley from Blackburn, Ben Horton from City of Manchester, Tom Arkwright from Leyland, Lewis Wong from Bolton Metro. There is a swim-off for the reserve finalists in this event. Heat 8 is now confirmed. Heat 9. In Heat 9, Lane 1, Caitlin Wilson from Burnley, 2, Lily Smith from City of Manchester, 3 is Megan Smith from Southport, 4 is Grace Rooney from Everton, 5, Natalia Bonfield from Salford, 6 is Amelia Woods from Fleetwood, 7, Hannah Canty from Southport, and 8 is Jess Batty from Bolton Metro. In the 15-year-old men's 50 metres freestyle final, Harry Rowland from Southport, Patrick Braddock, Oldham, Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester, Tyrese Smith, Bridgefield, Toby Hill, Prescott, Max Adams from Salford, Oliver Zhang Warmington from Blackburn, Adam Tabernacle from Preston. And there will be a swim-off for the reserved finalists in this event. In the 16 years age group, finalists are Edward Whittingham from Southport, Kian Tevlin from Oldham, Evangelos Zirianios from Bridgefield, Harvey Lowe from Isle of Man, Thomas McCarthy from Salford, William Mead from Carnforth, Adam Jones from City of Manchester, Alexander Dillon from Southport. Reserve finalists are Mason Galley from Southport and Lucas Brown from Garstang. That is the result of Heat 9 on the board now. Heat number 10. In Heat 10, we have Lane 2, Anna Healy from Prescott. Lane 3 is Hannah Rusk from Prescott. 4 is Daisy May Lewis from Flixton. 5 is Madeline Hemus from the Isle of Man. 6 is Layla Morris from Wigan. 7, Ella Blundell from Leyland. And in 8, Amelie Elliott from Leyland. 17 years old, 50 metres freestyle men's final is Kieran Hennessy from Ormskirk, Jared Armstrong from City of Manchester, Kian Marjai from Wigan, Rob Cowley from City of Manchester, Ewan McMurtry from the Isle of Man, Declan Hall from Wigan Best, David Gadiaga from Stretford, Carrick Thompson from the Isle of Man. And there will be a swim-off for the reserve finalists in this event. Those are all the finalists for the 50 metres freestyle. Coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes to make any withdrawals from those finals. Thank you.
Coming into the finish, it looks as though it was Ella Blundell. It is, from Daisy May Lewis, and then Layla Morris. And then we have the confirmation of the results. We move on to Heat 11. And this Heat 11, we've got Eve Cattrall from Everton in lane 1, Emily Latham from Aquabears in 2, Lilliby Partington from Wigan Best in 3, Neve Pryor, Bolton Metro, turning in second place in lane 4, and Afia Minnis from City of Manchester in lane 5, turning in first place at 37.15. Ella Prescott from the City of Liverpool in lane 6. Martha Miller from Blackpool Aquatics in 7. And Zara Borland from Southport in lane number 8. Those are two centre lanes of Neve Pryor and Afia Minnis. And it is Neve Pryor that gets it just by 0.2 of a second, there or thereabouts. We have a disqualification in that last heat. Heat 12. Over in lane 1, we've got Ella Newton from Pioneer 79, Rachel Baldwin, Leyland Barracudas. In lane number 2, Elizabeth Braley, Blackpool Aquatics in 3. Francesca Wood from the City of Salford in 4. Lucy Parsons from Prescott in 5. Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas in 6. Tilly Copeland from the City of Manchester is in lane number 7, and Elizabeth Ashton from Oldham Aquatics down here in lane number 8. And it looks like Tilly Copeland from the City of Manchester has probably just about got the edge over Lucy Parsons. She takes it from Lucy, and then Hannah Morris. And there we have the confirmation of that result. And we move on to Heat 13. In lane 1 we have Pioneers Amelia Moss. And next to her in lane 2 we've got Nicole Lomas from the City of Manchester. Isabel Dowd from Everton in 3. Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro. In lane 4. Lane 5 is Jessica Smith from Flixton. Lane 7, Holly Brown from Blackburn. And in lane 8, Fiona Byrne from Ormskirk. But Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro has got a slight lead over Amelia Moss. Not quite a body length lead. And as they come into the finish, it's Lisa Bazaghi from Amelia Moss. And then Holly Brown. And that's confirmed as a result as we move on to Heat 14.
In Heat 14, Lane 1, Tiana Quinta from Wigan Best. 2 is Sasha Robb from Carnforth. 3 is Lucy Horman from City of Liverpool. 4 is Georgia Thompson from Ormskirk. 5 is Holly Rooney from Everton. 6, Rebecca Ward from Leyland Barracudas. 7, Freya Miller from Fleetwood. And Lane 8, Alicia Heath from Pioneer 79. And it is Alicia in lane 8 at 50 metres. And on the other side of the pool, Sasha Robb and Tiana Quinta from Wigan. Although in the central lane now, Georgia Thompson, Holly Rooney coming through, but it does look like in lane 8, Alicia Heath from Pioneer 79 will take Heat 14. She touches now, time of 1:15.11. On the other side of the pool it was Tiana Quinta from Wigan, 1:15.78. Time that is now confirmed, Heat 15. In Heat 15, lane 1 is Jessica Pennifold from Southport. Lane 2, Amy Myers from the Isle of Man. Lane 3 is Ellie Howley from Carnforth. Lane 4 is Alia Day from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 5, Beth Hartwell from City of Manchester Aquatics. 6 is Francesca Brady from Wigan Best. Lane 7, Isabel Martin from Pioneer 79. And in lane 8, Tahira Collins from Wigan Best. Alia Day from Oldham Aquatics, slightly in the lead as they turn at 50 metres. She's extended her lead as they come into the last 25 metres. A very fast stroke rate. giving her a slight lead, a body lead probably over the next 3 swimmers who are all in a line in lanes 1, 2 and 6. But it will be Alia Day from Oldham touching now in a time of 1:13.83. That time is confirmed, completing heat 15. And we now go to a swim off for what age group is that? For the 14-year-old 50 metres freestyle. And we should have in lane 4 Lewis Wong from Bolton Metro, and lane 5 Miles Paul from the city of Salford. Let's please give these swimmers a big round of applause for the first of our swim-offs.
Through the first 25, it is Miles Paul that's got a slight lead over Lewis Wong. It's going to be very, very close as we come into the finish. It's Lewis that's taken it by 0.03 of a second. And our next swim off
and in this swim off we have Fraser Cook from Southport in 4 and James Hanford from Leyland Barracudas in 5. Both with a heat time of 26.24, and it looks incredibly close from here. Whoa. A 1/10 of a second between them, and it's Fraser Cook from Southport that takes that swim off. And now we have our third swim off, which is for a place in the final for the 17 and over category. Thomas Thorpe from Manchester in 4 and Dylan Fairclough from Blackburn in 5. And that one is Dylan Fairclough from Blackburn, 25.29. Okay, that means the swim-offs are complete. Back to the 50 metres backstroke. Heat number 16. "100 metres backstroke, people."
So in this Heat 16, we have Abby Leader from Wigan Best in lane number 1, Georgia Sheffield from City of Salford in lane 2. Lane 3 is Gabrielle Booth from Oldham Aquatics. 4 is Caitlin O'Brien from Blackpool Aquatics. 5, Annabelle Cayley from Fleetwood. 6, Millie Waddington from Pioneer 79. Kiara Harrison from Oldham Aquatics in 7. And in lane 8 is Ruby Mills, also from Oldham Aquatics. And through the halfway turn it was Gabrielle Booth from Ruby Mills. And Caitlin O'Brien. It looks as though it's going to be very, very close, but it looks as though it might be Gabrielle Booth. It is 1:13.19 from Ruby Mills, and then Caitlin O'Brien. And that's confirmed as a result, and we move on to Heat 17. Can swimmers in the diving pit keep the noise down at the start of the races? So those swimmers, if they aren't swimming in the diving pit, could they go back to where the clubs are? And not make so much noise at the start of the heat. Right, this Heat 17, it was Georgia Carroll from Olivia Hughes. And as we come down underneath the flags, it looks like Olivia Hughes might just have the edge, but coming through Bailey Siri Kelly. She takes second place from Georgia Carroll. We're just waiting for the confirmation of that result. As you said, it was Olivia Hughes that took it just 0.04 of a second in front of Bailey Siri Kelly. And we've just had confirmation of that result. And we have a disqualification to announce. And that was in lane 2, so this qualification was lane 2 in that previous heat, and that's a confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 18. Heat 18, we have Keira Prentice from the Isle of Man, Olivia Borland from Southport in lane 2, Alexander Prince from Blackpool Aquatics in 3, Ellie Ward, Clitheroe in lane 4, Ellie Smith from Southport in 5, Lucy Hamford from Leyland Barracudas in 6, Sydney King from Garston in 7, and Lucy Coleman from the Wigan Best is in lane number 8. At the turn it was Olivia Borland from Ellie Ward, and Keira Prentice, but Olivia Borland has probably just about got the edge over Ella Smith as it stands at the minute. As they come down underneath the flags, it's going to be quite close, but I think Olivia's going to take it. She does. 1:14 dead, 1:14.53 for Ella, and then Ellie Ward in 3rd place, and that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to Heat 19. First up was lane 2, Amy White from Everton. But through the first 25, it is still very even. Well, next to Amy in lane 1 is Alexander Brophy from Blackpool Aquatics, and on the other side of it is Jasmine James from Leyland Barracudas. Then Ella Roberts, Kate Forshaw from Bolton Metro in 5, Heidi Wild from City of Salford in 6, Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro in 7, and Amy Crompton-Hesford from Wigan Best is in lane number 8, and it's Amy Crompton-Hesford who turned first, 34.53 from Eleanor Kay and Heidi Wild. Amy White on the far side as we come underneath the flags. It's going to be very, very close again. It might be Amy White. It's only just 0.08 of a second between her and Ella Roberts. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 20.
Heat 20. Lane 1 is Grace Whiteman-Love from Bolton Metro. 2, Holly Maxwell from Bolton Aquatics. 3, Katie Rawnsley from Prescott. Lane 4, Francesca Cullen from Bolton Metro. 5 is Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 6 is Sienna Renz from Crosby. Lane 7 is Lily Cummings from Wigan Best. And lane 8, Lydia Dewhurst from Burnley Bobcats. As they turn for 50 metres, Francesca Cullen from Bolton, turning in 34.49, has a slight lead on the others. And she's the first across 25 metres. Sticking with her though in lane 2 is Holly Maxwell from Blackpool. Also going well on this second part of the 50 metres in lane 6 and 7, Sienna Renz and Lily Cummings. But it will be in lane 4, Francesca Cullen from Bolton Metro, finishing in a time of 1:11.05. That is the result confirmed. Heat 21. Making very good use of the underwater work there is Emily Keys in lane 4, the Salford swimmer. And in this heat she's joined by Lily Gregg from Pioneer 79. In lane 2, Jennifer Green from Wigan Best. Lane 3 is Neve Wild from City of Liverpool. Emily Keys is in lane 4. At lane 5 is Samantha Ash from Blackpool. Hannah MacDonald from Salford in lane 6. Grace Long from City of Liverpool in 7, and Gabrielle Parker is in lane number 8. Emily turning in 33.69. It's Gabrielle Parker, though, in lane 8 from Preston, who's put in a very strong second 50. City of Liverpool's Neve Wild in lane 3, finishing very well. But it will be just in lane 8. Gabrielle Parker from Preston in a time of 1:11.26, a time that is now confirmed. Heat 22. And in Heat 22, lane 1 is Jasmine LaHaye from Pioneer 79. Lane 2, Faith Bryant from Everton. Lane 3, Maisie Johnson from Southport. 4 is Jessica Law from Southport. Lane 5 is Lucy Turner from Burnley Bobcats. 6 is Amarai Hock from Aquapairs. 7 is Jessica Dealey from Prescott. And in lane 8 is Emily Unsworth from the City of Manchester Aquatics. It's Jessica Law from Southport, 33.6 for 50 metres. Very even heat, this one, all the swimmers staying together as they come into the last 25 metres. Jess Law continuing to work on that lead, although Emily Unsworth in lane 8 from the City of Manchester, finishing very strong. But Jess Laws from Southport, finishing in a time of 1:10.25, is a confirmed time. Heat number 23. This time it's lane 5, Ella Williams from Pioneer 79, making the most use of her 15 metres underwater. We have with her in lane 1, Molly Gordon from Blackpool Aquatics. 2 is Mia Smith from Southport. Lane 3 is Darcy Williams from Pioneer 79. Lane 4, Harriet Finn from the City of Salford. Lane 5, Ella Williams from Pioneer 79 and Simone Elson also from Pioneer 79 in lane number 6. Lane 7 is Jessica Smith from the City of Manchester Aquatics, and lane 8 is Ella Falkingham from Southport. And it was Ella in lane 5 turning first in 33.06. She's managed to hold on to that lead as they come into the last 15 metres. But a very quick second 50. In lane 2 is Mia Smith from Southport. As they go under the flags, Mia seems to have just an edge, but it could be on the touch. Nope, Mia has taken it, 109.16. Just 0.02 of a second ahead of Ella Williams, 109.18. That is the result confirmed. Heat number 24. And in heat 24, we have the swimmers following number 1, Libby Manning from Garston. 2 is Lily Woolwork from Southport. 3, Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford. 4 is Emma Hodgson from the Isle of Man. 5, Emma Jones from the City of Salford. 6 is Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best. 7 is Hannah Camden from the City of Salford. And lane 8 is Leah Williams from Pioneer 79. 32.24 is the time for Emma Hodgson at 50 metres. And it is the Isle of Man swimmer just leading out. Being pressed, though, in lane 3 by Lauren Bradley Holt from the City of Salford, who is finishing very strongly as they come into the last 10 metres. Lauren Bradley Holt from Salford touching now in 1:06.49. She takes that heat, which is confirmed as a result, heat number 25. And the penultimate heat in this event is lane 1, Amy Banks from Carnforth. 2 is Natasha Ty from the City of Salford. 3 is Alexandra Carr from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 4 is Lara Gruter from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 5, Josephine Stevens from City of Salford. 6, Alexandra Livingston from Carnforth. 7, Victoria Woods from City of Salford. And lane 8 is Abby Wyatt from from Southport. And it is the Manchester swimmer Lara Gruter in 31.90 at 50 metres. And a good race between Lara and Josephine Stevens from City of Salford in lanes 4 and 5. 15 metres to go, and really difficult to call this one. It does look like the Salford swimmer, though, Josephine, is finishing stronger. 5 metres to go. It is Josephine Just. Both swimmers 106 and 0.3 of a second or thereabouts, splitting them, which is a confirmed result. Final heat, heat 26.
And in this final heat, we have Olivia McGinty, Burnley Bobcats in lane 1, Georgia Ashton, Bolton Metro in 2, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston in 3, Cara Tomasello, City of Manchester in 4, Holly White from Everton in 5, Josie Carroll from Southport in 6, and Emily Conway from the City of Manchester is in lane number 8. It's Holly White in the halfway turn. 32.81 from Lizzie Wafer. And then Chiara Tomasello. As we come down into the finish, it is going to be Holly White from Chiara Tomasello. And then Georgia Ashton. And that's a confirmation of the results. And that brings us to the end of event 552. Next event, 553, is for the men's 10 years and over, 200 metres butterfly. There are 5 heats. Just while we have a minute or so between now and the start of our next event. Interesting fact number 6. Did you know that Coca-Cola was green when it was first made? Coca-Cola was originally green. Fancy that. No, Coca-Cola was green, as in, no, the actual drink. As far as my facts go, Coca-Cola was green, apparently. There you go. We're also, we've got 870 followers on Twitter, and we'd like to get it to 1,000. Is there any chance that anybody who isn't following us on Twitter could sign up? We need to get to by the end of this weekend. We want to get to 1,000 followers on Twitter, if that's possible. So if you're not signed up to at Swim Lancashire on Twitter, then if you could do, and let's see if we can get to that magical 1,000. So yeah, follow us on Twitter. We have some finalists for the women's 100 backstroke, and for the 10 and 11 age group, We have. Just answer that. So while we get this first heat underway, we have the finalists for the women's 100 backstroke. In the 10 and 11 years age group, we've got Katie Lee, City of Salford, Maya Smith, Burnley Bobcats, Grace Jackson, City of Salford, Hannah Lee, Wigan Best, Alice Volkovaya from City of Salford, Isabel Lloyd, Wigan Best, Lily Duke from Stretford, and Amy Coy from Ormskirk. Reserve finalists Zara Mann from Preston, Jessica Ball from Prescott. 12 years age group, Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best, Layla Morris from Wigan Best, Lucy Parsons, Prescott, Lisa Bazaghi, Bolton Metro, Abigail Turner from Flixton, Hannah Morris from Layla Barracudas, Nicole Lomas, City of Manchester, and Caitlin Crosby from Stretford. And reserve finalists of Hannah Eggiott from City of Manchester and Cara Tohill from the City of Salford. 13 years age group, Afia Minnis, City of Manchester, Francesca Brady, Wigan Best, Sienna Rents from Crosby, Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro, Amy Crompton Hesford, Wigan Best, Jessica Pennyfold, Southport, Neve Pryor, Bolton Metro, Ella Blundell, Layla Barracudas, reserve finalist Tilly Copeland, City of Manchester, and Alexander Prince from Blackpool. 14 years age group, Amy White from Everton, Lucy Turner, Burnley Bobcats, Francesca Cullen, Bolton Metro, Hannah Camden, City of Salford, Georgiana Bott, from Wigan Best, Ella Falkingham, Southport, Amarai Hawk, Aquabears, Ella Roberts from Prescott, reserve finalists of Katie Rawnsley from Prescott and Gabrielle Booth from Oldham Aquatics. 15 years age group, Victoria Wadds from City of Salford, Emily Unsworth from City of Manchester, Georgia Ashton, Bolton Metro, Lauren Bradley Hull, City of Salford, Chiara Tomasello, City of Manchester, Ella Williams from Pioneer 79, Jessica Smith, City of Manchester, Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics, and reserve finalists of Heidi Wild, City of Salford, and Ruby Mills from Oldham Aquatics. 16 years age group, Neve Wild, City of Liverpool, Gabrielle Parker, Preston, Olivia McGinty, Bolton, Burnley Bobcats, Natasha Ty, City of Salford, Lily Walworth, Southport, Jessica Law, Southport, Abby Wyatt, Southport, Faith Bryant, Everton, reserve finalists of Harriet Finn, City of Salford, and Jasmine Leahy, Pioneer 79. And a 17 years and over age group, Mia Smith, Southport, Alexander Livingston, Carforth, Emma Hodgson from Isle Man, Josephine Stevens, City of Salford, Lara Gruter, City of Manchester, Holly White, Holly White from Everton, Emily Conway from City of Manchester, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston, and reserve finalists of Josie Carroll from Southport and Emma Jones from the City of Salford. And they are your finalists for the women's 10 years and over 100 metres backstroke finals. And head coaches and team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. Whew. That brings us to the end of Heat 1, and we're ready for Heat 2. So you, head coaches, team managers, you have till 20 past. 20 past to withdraw any of your swimmers. And in this second heat, we have Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best. He's in lane 2. James Ross, City of Manchester, is in lane 3. Charles Kelly from Southport in 4. His teammate Mason Galley is in lane 5. Connor Hartley from the City of Salford is in 6. Robbie Bishop from Southport in 7. And Alexander Volkovoy from the City of Salford is in lane number 8. But at the 150 turn, it's Connor Hartley, City of Salford, turning in 148.49. He's a good 4 seconds in front of James Ross, City of Manchester. And then Mason Galley. The battle is for second place between James Ross, Charles Kelly, and even Mason Galley. But it looks as though it's going to go to James Ross. This is Connor Hartley touching out first, 2:27.41 from James Ross, and then Charles Kelly. And there we have a confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 3. And so through the first 50, we've got Ben Rogerson from Preston, who turned in 36.0, from Cameron Jeffrey, 39.0, and then Ben Porter. I always think that 200 fly is so hard. It's one of the simplest strokes, but the hardest to actually do, and hardest to actually get right. But it is still Ben Rogerson that's got that slight lead over Cameron Jeffrey, and even Christopher Walker in lane 3. Just starting to come through. And at the turn, it's now Cameron Jeffrey just touching out before Ben Rogerson. But down this last 50, even Joshua King from Bolton Metro is starting to come back into the frame. I don't think that they're actually going to catch Cameron. As he takes it, it's going to be Ben Rogerson that just gets it. 2:24.28 from Christopher Walker, 2:24.55. And then Joshua King, who was having a very good final 50. confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 4. And so in this our penultimate heat, Thomas Dugdale is in lane 1 from Carnforth. Tyler Melbourne-Smith from the City of Liverpool is in 2. Henry Moore from Southport is in 3. Jack Howard from Preston in 4. Matthew Sylvester, Wigan Best in 5. Joseph Stout from City of Salford in 6. Luke Black from Blackpool is in 7, and Ruben Robotham Keating is in lane 8. But as we come down to the halfway turn, it's Henry Moore, 1:03.95 from Thomas Dugdale. There's not much between him and Matthew Sylvester. 1:04.66, 1:04.76. And as we come down to the 150 turn, it is still Henry Moore from Matthew Sylvester and Thomas Dugdale. Coming down into the last 5 metres, Thomas Dugdale is coming back, but he's not going to catch Henry. 2:14.75, 2:15.64. And Joseph Stout just overtaking Matthew Sylvester. They take that 3rd place. And that is the confirmation of the result as we move on to our final heat, Heat 5. I think this heat is a City of Heat. This one is lane 1, Jamie Ingram, City of Manchester. Lane 2, Adam Jones, City of Manchester. Lane 3, Afonso Sequeira from City of Manchester. Lane 4, Thomas Payne, City of Manchester. In lane 5, Ewan Wilson from the City of Salford. Sam Goldrick, who used to swim at the City of Manchester, is now at Oldham Aquatics. Adam Newell, City of Salford, and Ellis Cleworth, City of Liverpool. Through the turn, it looks as though Jamie has had to pull up, which left Thomas Payne out in front, turning what was in 2nd place, so 59. as we come down into the final 5. It is Thomas Payne from Ewan Wilson. 206.76. Well done, Ewan. And there we have the confirmation of the result with the disqualification of lane 1. But that brings us to the end of our events. Well, heats, really. You can't really call it events, because the thing is that we've still got more events to come. But the thing is that general swimming, I think, is the operative term. And we move on now to event 554, which is the first of the women's 100 metres backstroke finals. And the first final will be for the women's 10 and 11 years 100 backstroke final. So while our judges or timekeepers sort out the backstroke ledges. Earlier this morning, we mentioned something about, did we find any other words in the English language that actually rhymed with month, orange, silver and purple? I don't know whether anybody actually came up with anything. I didn't see anything. So if we could, we had 800, as I mentioned before, sorry, we had 870 followers, not 870 tweets, 870 followers on Twitter. And we could do with a few more to round us up to 1,000. While we're on the subject of Twitter, I mentioned last week, actually, in one of my useless facts, that the US have saved every tweet that's ever been sent since 2006. Interesting fact. We have the heat sheets available for the finals in the coaches room. So if you wish to get yourself a heat sheet for the finals, then they are available now in the coaches room. Ladies and gents, we're up to 891 followers. That's 21 more than we had before. So we could do with a few more. We're trying to get up to 1,000. So if you'd like to follow us on Twitter @SwimLancashire, then by all means do so. You can get your results on there as well, and tweet us. So, but we're up to 891 followers. Do a few more. We should be just about ready to start our finals for this afternoon. Have we got some swimmers? Oh, we have got some swimmers. Don't forget that Liacada are in the foyer where they're taking the official photographs. So if you want to buy any photographs, then they are in the reception. And we're just about ready. So, our next event is event 554, the women's 10 and 11 years 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from the city of Salford, Katie Lee. Lane 2, from Burnley Bobcats, Maya Smith. Lane 3, from city of Salford, Grace Jackson. Lane 4, from Wigan Best, Hannah Lee. Lane 5, from city of Salford, Alice Falcavaya. Lane 6, from Wigan Best, Isabel Lloyd. Lane 7, from Stretford, Lily Duke. And in lane 8, from Ormskirk, Amy Coy. And through at halfway, Hannah Lee from Wigan Best, 37.67 from Grace Jackson, and then Alice Valcavaya. To the final 15. And it is Hannah Lee that looks as though she's going to take it. So it's Grace Jackson. No, it's Hannah Lee from Grace Jackson. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 12 years 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1 from Wigan Best, Chloe Ridge. Lane 2 also from Wigan Best, Layla Morris. Lane 3 from Prescott, Lucy Parsons. Lane 4 from Bolton Metro, Lisa Bazaghi. Lane 5 from Flixton, Abigail Turner. Lane 6 from Layla Barracudas, Hannah Morris. And lane 7 from the City of Manchester, Nicole Lomas. And in lane 8 from Stretford, Caitlin Crosby. And they're your finalists for the women's 12 years 100 metres backstroke final. Through the first 25. Centre lanes. Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro and Abigail Turner from Flixton. Slightly ahead. (35.48), 36.55 from Lucy Parsons in third place. But it is Lisa Bazaghi who seems to be extending a lead. She's onto a body length lead. The fight now is going to be for second place. And it looks as though it might be Lucy Parsons. But as they come into the flags, it's going to be very, very close between Lucy Parsons and Abigail Turner. It is Lucy Parsons. Confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 13 years 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1 from the City of Manchester, Afia Minas. Lane 2 from Wigan Bess, Francesca Brady. Lane 3 from Crosby, Sienna Rance. Lane 4 from Bolton Metro, Eleanor Kay. Lane 5 from Wigan Best, Amy Crompton Hesford. Lane 6 from Southport, Jessica Pennyfold. Lane 7 from Bolton Metro, Neve Pryor. And in lane 8 from Layla Barracudas, Ella Blundell. And they're the finalists for the women's 13 years 100 metres backstroke final. Coming up into the final 5 metres before the turn. It looks like it's Eleanor Kay. It is 34-2-1 from Sienna Rents and Amy Crumpton Hesford. As we come down to 75 metres, it's still Eleanor Kay with the body length lead over Sienna. So Eleanor starting to extend that lead slightly. She's going to take it from Sienna Rents and then Amy Crompton Hesford. There we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 14 years 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1 from Everton, Amy White. Lane 2 from Burnley Bobcats, Lucy Turner. Lane 3 from Bolton Metro, Francesca Cullen. Lane 4 from City of Salford, Hannah Camden. Lane 5 from Wigan Best, Georgiana Bott. Lane 6 from Southport, Ella Falkingham. Lane 7 from Aquabears, Amarai Hawk. And in lane 8 from Prescott, Ella Roberts. And then your finalists for the women's 14 years 100 metres backstroke final. Last to rise was Georgiana Botts from Wigan Best in lane 5. She looks as though she's got roughly about a half a body length lead, but then again, as we come into the turn, lane 2, Lucy Turner. It's not far behind, 33.30 for Georgiana. Lucy Turner, 33.43. 1300ths of a second. But as we come down into the final 25 metres, Lucy Turner looks as though she is starting to come through. She might just have the lead as we come into the last 5. She probably has it slightly, but then again, she gets it. Lucy Turner from Burnley Bobcats, from Hannah Camden, and then Georgiana Bott. And that is confirmed as a result as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 15 years 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1 from the City of Salford, Victoria Woods. Lane 2 from the City of Manchester, Emily Unsworth. Lane 3 from Bolton Metro, Georgia Ashton. Lane 4 from City of Salford, Laura Bradley Holt. Lane 5 from City of Manchester, Cara Tomasello. Lane 6 from Pioneer 79, Ella Williams. Lane 7 from City of Manchester, Jessica Smith. And in lane 8 from the City of Salford, Heidi Wild. And they're your finalists for the women's 15 years 100 metres backstroke final. as we come into the turn. It looks like Lauren Bradley Holt could be turning. She does 32.31 from Ella Williams and Chiara Tomasello. It's Georgia Ashton turning in 4th place, not very far behind her. There's nothing between them actually through the turn. Although saying that, Laura Bradley Holt is accelerating away, and she's now got a body and a half lengths lead, and she's going away all the time. That it's going to be for second place, the fight for second place as we come in. It looks like Ella Williams. It is from Chiara Tomasello. And that is confirmed as a result. As we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 16 years 100 metres backstroke final. And in lane 1 we have from the city of Liverpool, Neve Wild. Lane 2 from Preston, Gabrielle Parker. Lane 3 from Burnley Bobcats, Olivia McGinty. Lane 4 from City of Salford, Natasha Ty. Lane 5 from Southport, Lily Warwick. Lane 6 from Southport, Jessica Law. Lane 7 from Southport, Abby Wyatt. And lane 8 from Everton, Faith Bryant. And they're the finalists for the women's 16 years 100 metres backstroke final. As we come down to halfway, there's not much between any of the swimmers. Into the turn, it's Olivia McGinty from Burnley Bobcats, then Natasha Ty and Jessica Law. But as we look across the pool, it's between lanes 3 and 4. Olivia McGinty, Natasha Ty. Stroke for stroke. As we come down underneath the flags, it's going to be on the touch. It is very, very close. Who's going to touch first? 100th of a second. 1:08.47, 1:08.48. Very, very close finish, and there we have confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from Southport, Mia Smith. Lane 2 from Carnforth, Alexander Livingston. Lane 3 from the Isle of Man, Emma Hodgson. Lane 4 from the city of Salford, Josephine Stevens. Lane 5 from the city of Manchester, Lara Gruter. Lane 6 from Everton, Holly White. And lane 7 from the city of Manchester, Emily Conway. And in lane 8 from Preston, Elizabeth Wafer. And they are the finalists for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres backstroke final. Through the first 25, that's everybody's all together. There's no space between any of them. Into the last 5, it looks like Josephine Stevens maybe turning fit. She does in 32.28 from Lara Gruter and Emma Hodgson. But it is still very, very close as we come through 75 metres. It's the golden lanes that are just starting to show. And it looks like it could be Lara Gruter from Josephine Stevens. It is Lara Gruter. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next set of finals, which is for the men's 50 metres freestyle.
And our next event 561, is the men's 10 to 11 years 50 metres freestyle final. In lane 1 we have Oliver Parry representing Oldham Aquatics. In lane 2, Stephen McKenzie representing Crosby. Lane 3, Archie Dandy representing Bolton Metro. Lane 4, Samuel Sutcliffe representing Ramsbottom. Lane 5, Jonathan Waters representing Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 6, Kelsey Liu representing Bolton Metro. Lane 7, Joshua Keogh representing Leyden Barracudas. And lane 8, Caleb Valdemar representing Fleetwood. These are your finalists. Very good start from Samuel Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom in lane number 4. Oh, he's just pipped at the post. Jonathan Waters in lane number 5. Time of 31.24. Okay, we now have that result confirmed on the board for us. Next event is event 562, which is the men's 12-year-old 50 meters freestyle final. In the final we have in lane 1, Harvey Kinnear from Preston. Lane 2, Emil Dawkins, also from Preston. Lane 3 is Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best. Lane 4, Xiaoming Guo from Aquabears. Lane 5 is Lewis Gilbert from Flixton. Lane 6, Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 7 is Thomas Simon from Bridgefield. Lane 8, Nikolai Pitera from Southport. These are your finalists. And as they go through 25 metres in lane 4 with a strong lead is Xiaoming Guo from Aquabears. And he will touch first in a time of 29.46. Touching out Lewis Gilbert from Flixton and Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best. That result is now confirmed for us, taking us to event 563, which is the 13-year-old 50 metres freestyle final for men. In lane number 1, we have Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 2, Owen Heathcote-Jones from Carnforth. Lane 3 is Johnny Gibbs from Preston. Lane 4, Eric Byrne from Garston. Lane 5, Jake Christon, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 6, Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 7, Charlie Collins from Wigan Best. And lane 8 is Leonardo Defort from the Isle of Man. These are your finalists. Very hard to call this as they go under the 5-metre flags. Any one of 3. Oh, Eric Byrne, 28.27. Just touching out in lane 5, Jake Christon. And a strong swim from Jack Heppelstone. That result is now confirmed. Our next event is event 564, the men's 14-year-old 50-metre freestyle final. In lane number 1, we have Nathan Arthur from the City of Salford. Lane 2, Tyler Melbourne Smith from the City of Liverpool. Lane 3, Liam Carey from Wigan Best. Lane 4, Ruben Robotham Keating from City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 5 is Zach Walmsley from Blackburn. Lane 6, Ben Horton, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 7, Tom Arkwright, Leyland Barracudas. And lane 8, Lewis Wong from Bolton Metro. These are your finalists. And it is in lane 4, Ruben Roboth and Keating for the City of Manchester Aquatics. 26.39 from Tyler Melbourne Smith and Liam Carey from Wigan Best. That result is now confirmed. Our next event then is 565, men's 15-year-old 50 metres freestyle final. Lane 1, Harry Rowland from Southport. Lane 2, Patrick Braddock from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 3, Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 4, Tyree Smith from Bridgefield. Lane 5, Toby Hill from Prescott. Lane 6, Max Adams from City of Salford. Lane 7, Oliver Zhang Warmington from Blackburn. And lane 8, Adam Tabernacle from Preston. These are your finalists. And it is in lane number 4, Tyree Smith from Bridgefield, 25.20. Touching out Toby Hill for second and Oliver Taylor in third. That result is confirmed. Next event is event 566, the men's 16-year-old 50 metres freestyle final. In lane 1, Edward Whittingham from Southport. Lane 2 is Kian Tevlin from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 3, Evangelos Iziaros from Bridgefield. Lane 4, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man. Lane 5, Thomas McCarthy from the City of Salford. Lane 6, William Mead from Carnforth. Lane 7, Adam Jones, City of Manchester Aquatics. And lane 8, Alexander Dillon from Southport. These are your finalists. And taking this final in lane 4 is Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man, 25.84 seconds. Touching out Evangelos, 26.04, and Tom McCarthy from the City of Salford, 26.44. That result is confirmed. Our last final of the day, event 567, the men 17 years and over, 50 metres freestyle. And we have in lane 1, Daniel Holmes from Preston. Lane 2 is Kieran Hennessy from Ormskirk. Lane 3, Jared Armstrong from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 4, Rob Cowley from City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 5, Ewan McCurt-Murchie from the Isle of Man. Lane 6 is David Gadiaga from Stretford. Lane 7, Carrick Thompson from the Isle of Man. And lane 8 is Dylan Fairclough from Blackburn. These are your finalists. And that is taken by Rob Cowley, City of Manchester, time of 23.76. Touching out Kieran Hennessy, no he's not. Ewan McMurtry from the Isle of Man, 24.53. And third, Jared Armstrong, City of Manchester Aquatics, 25.09. And there was a disqualification in that final in lane 7. That completes our finals for this afternoon. It just remains for me to thank all our officials and volunteers for today for all their hard work again. And I would now like to invite our officials to leave poolside.